Hey, Jerry, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
Yep.
Another car question?
I know, I love car questions.
Oh my God,
Okay,
this
so
girl and her
really,
car questions.
honestly, what do we have going on in the shop this week? Is there anything interesting going on?
As a matter of fact, yes, there is. But before I answer that, I really want you to click the like button,
Subscribe to the channel.
tell all your friends, and more importantly,
Bring us your cars.
Okay.
All right.
Now, what's the question?
Well, what's happening in the shop? There's always something interesting going on in the shop.
You know, it never ceases to amaze me the steps that people try to go through to save a buck. Here's an example. We had a car come into the shop and they didn't want to fix the motor mount, but they had a coolant leak.
That holds the motor down,
The,
so it
the
doesn't
motor mount holds
rattle
the
around?
engine in place. There are multiple motor mounts. Some cars have 3, some have 6. Okay, depending on the design and the manufacturer.
and how big the engine is.
Yeah, the bigger the engine, the more the mounting. I don't know.
All right.
Wow. You'd think the bigger it is, gravity holds us in place.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work like that,
No.
okay? But here's a case where there was a coolant leak. They wanted to fix the coolant leak, which is a beautiful thing, right? That way it doesn't burn up the engine by overheating. But they didn't want to fix the motor mount. So what ended up happening,
Uh-oh. Show and
show
tell.
and tell,
Yeah, show and tell here. What we got here, Jerry? What's this?
I'm going to try and do this without
Do
making
we
a
need
mess.
a drum roll here?
So this is the radiator
Ah.
out of this vehicle, and it's really hard for you to determine this.
Bring it this way a
But
little.
this part right here, this is the upper neck, the upper radiator hose connects here. I'm going to see if you can see it in the camera. It snapped off. It broke right here. This part snapped off
Oh, it-
and actually broke.
So that fluid went everywhere.
It was held in slightly by the clamp of the upper radiator hose.
Ah, okay.
But the thing was,
That thing looks dirty.
it's a mess.
Yeah.
But more importantly, you can't just fix the problem, right? Or the symptom. We have to find out why did it break in the first place. And the problem
That
was
makes
that the
sense.
motor mount was broken. It was completely 2 separate pieces instead of 1. And anytime the engine torqued, the engine would move and it would put pressure on the radiator.
And probably a bunch of other things too.
Oh, absolutely.
All kinds of stuff broke loose.
Had it continued and if it had broken one more mount, it would have destroyed the drive axles as well. Okay, but this was a case where it could have been a very simple $150 repair for the motor mount, and instead they destroyed the radiator because they didn't do the required maintenance. Okay, and I guarantee you, when that motor jumps, you could feel it. Right, so it's not one of those. Well, let's turn up the radio and you won't hear it. No. This was a real deal, and this is they ended up replacing, of course, the radiator, and of course we had to replace the motor mount as well. And there were actually 2 mounts that we replaced. One was before it breaks, and the other one was because it was broken. So
All right.
that's an interesting case. Sometimes it it's really best to bring your car in when you feel that there's something not right with it. It will it'll end up saving you a lot of money.
Whenever you have your oil changed, it's really good to have one of our technicians, our ASE certified technicians, go through the vehicle and look for any leaks, anything broken, any kind of maintenance issues that will save you money by doing them now rather than them being a catastrophic problem later on.
We'll do a preventative maintenance inspection on every time your car is in the shop,
Yeah.
just to make sure these kind of problems don't happen to our good clients.
And it's a courtesy inspection, so it's just good to have. That way you know exactly what's going on with your vehicle.
All the time.
So schedule an appointment at 972-578-0588
Or go online at www.theautoshop.com.
and bring us your cars.
Absolutely.
Remember to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Stay warm.